Shalom, shalom. Greetings to you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Wherever you are, it's a blessed day, and we are so grateful to our Father. Our Father is the source, the source, the source of all things. Is the foundation of all things. Is our source. There is no us without Him. Anything, everything, whatever we are, is Him. Blessed be the name of the Lord. This is another day, and we are going to grow. We are going to make steps forward, and we're only discovering what we already have. But a lot of times we are not sure, or if there is this lack of understanding, it will make people stagnant instead of growing into that knowledge of who they are, and that's how we delay, and the delay affects everything because there's a purpose. There is a purpose. All right, so we are seeing that there is a channel called mind thoughts. It comes from man that determines what happens on the outside, and Jesus is teaching us that things have to change if we're gonna see the environment transformed, changed, affected in a different way. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 15, Jesus had just said that there were some people who are blind, the leaders were blind, and they are leading other blind men. That is to say, there's no blind man that can lead those who are able to see. All right, the reason why blind leaders are leading is because they are leading blind people. So the issue is not about the leaders only who are leading, but also the people who are led. They are not able to see because it's impossible for a blind leader to lead seeing people. And also, even if you are appropriated in your life, it's impossible for you to actually lead yourself or walk in light if you're blind. Says then that means even other parts of your life, of your body, everything about it is now in darkness. You can't see. So seeing is important here because we realize that sight, precedes leading and to walk in light as well. So Jesus, after saying that, because he said, let them alone and disregard them, they are blind guides and teachers, and if a blind man leads a blind man, both will fall into a ditch. So Jesus is saying that the Pharisees were blind teachers. And do you think they would take that lightly, or they will be happy about it? Definitely they will be angry. And so we see in verse 15 Peter saying, but Peter said to him, explain this proverb, this maxim to us. So according to Peter, he said we actually don't understand. That's verse 15. It says, then Peter answered and said to him, explain this parable to us, because honestly, this parable, we didn't get it as well. Oh my, all the things that Jesus had said, they didn't get it. All right, then Jesus said in verse 16, so Jesus said, are you also still without understanding? You cannot imagine, honestly, how many people are without understanding. Many people are not aware of what they are supposed to be aware of. A lot of them. You will be shocked now looking at the disciples, all right? You would think that since they are walking with Jesus and they are close to him, they are supposed to know better. But here we just see that they didn't know better, though they were close to him. So it's not about walking close to him, it's about the revelation, the awareness, the understanding, coming to you concerning things that Jesus was revealing, was teaching. So Jesus said, are you also still without understanding? Jesus had explained, of course, that whatever that comes out of man, what comes inside is not what defies a man, and so on and so forth. But still, they didn't understand, and that's this always hit me hard in my heart, and I'm like, okay, wait. So at times we conclude that since we have said certain things, people have understood, or if you have read something, you think you have understood. But at least Peter was genuine enough to tell the truth. He was very honest. He said, Peter answered and said to him, explain this parable to us. Still, it's a parable. You know how many things people hear and still it's a parable. And I like this because I'm telling you, if you have not understood something, trust me, it is gone. It'll be stolen. It won't be useful. It won't help you. The only thing that will help you is something that you have understood. Jesus said, you shall know the truth. It's not you shall believe or you shall preach or whatever. He said, you shall know. See, the truth you know is what sets you free. So it's about knowing, the awareness, all right? Then Peter answered and said to him, explain this parable to us. Explain this parable to us. So Jesus said, are you also still without understanding? There was a certain problem here. You cannot understand. You are there without understanding. The Bible says, do you not yet understand that whatever enters the mouth goes into the stomach and is eliminated? Of course, you don't understand that digestive system. You don't understand the flow. That when you eat the food, all right, whatever you have eaten, whatever that enters your mouth goes into the stomach and is eliminated. The Amplified puts it this way, and he said, are you also even yet dull and ignorant, without understanding and unable to put things together? And that's what happens. Many people can put things together. But the understanding will help you put things together. You see this and this and this, and it comes together and you see something. Verse 17, the man says, just do you not see and understand that whatever goes into the mouth passes into the abdomen and passes into the place where discharges are deposited? Of course, he's telling him, you understand that path, you understand the flow, you know what happens, and he's giving an example of his body, all right, the digestive system, how these things work. He says that's what I am using as an analogy of what I'm talking about. That what you eat comes and goes, all right? But verse 18, whatever comes out of the mouth comes from the heart. So the point here is the heart. And this is what makes a man unclean and defiles him. So now Peter is like, this is still a parable. All right. And Jesus said, okay, so you want me to break it down for you? So he's saying, look, yes, this is how it works. Everything you eat or drink, it comes inside you. All right. And when it comes in the heart, when it comes on the inside, it passes, food, normal food, all right? It says, but whatever comes out of the mouth comes from the heart. In other words, the things we speak are originating from the heart. Now, the heart is the factory of thoughts. It's the factory of ideas. It says, now before you speak out those ideas, before you communicate, to articulate what is on the inside, they are the thoughts, the ideas whatever you want to communicate is already inside you. All right, so the mouth is playing a role of just bringing it out. So the communication, the things we are speaking, is just giving an opportunity to the world out there to hear what is already inside your heart. But it's impossible to communicate or speak things, discuss things which are not in your heart. It says now, those things which are already in your heart, whether you spoke them or not, they're already there. And if they are evil, they are already destroying you. So what is defiling you is not what is coming from the outside. Is actually saying those thoughts which are flowing in you, which abides in you, which are circulating in you. Those are the issues. They are the ones that move to and fro in your mind. And these thoughts are destroying you or they are building you. You see now, this is what he's saying. He says is what makes a man unclean and defiles him. So you see now, he's saying now let us consider the fountain, the source, where these things come from. I have seen how we like to deal with things which are outside, and the things which are inside are still there. The source is still there. You are, yes, trying to term what is already appearing on the outside, but you do not uproot what is inside. And did you know that Jesus had said certain things few verses previously, some few verses above, where he said, every plant that my Father did not plant, he shall uproot it. So he's talking about uprooting, not terming what is on the outside. Uprooting, that means you take it out from its roots. You destroy something from its roots. And the moment the roots are no longer in the soil, it will never bear fruits anymore. It will never exist actually anymore. It will be forgotten. It will go for good. It will go. And this is what he's saying, that, well, we have to now go back in the source and realize that the issue is what is now circulating in your heart, in your mind. And he says that's what defies you. So the mind of man, plays tricks. Plays tricks about man, upon this man every day. You think about this, you think about that, your thoughts have jumped there, they have jumped to the other side, and now you are like a slave of your thoughts, of those things that are flowing in you. This is what Jesus is saying now. We have to go and uproot this thing, deal with it from its roots. You see what he's talking about? Shalom, shalom.